Hello and welcome to my channel. So today's video is a little different from what I've usually put out, and I just feel like, why haven't I done this before? I do countless makeup videos on here. So in today's video, we're going to do a beautiful smoky eye, but only using three brushes. Three brushes that I think you should already have, and really I kind of wanted to make it very simple, something very, you know, beginner friendly, or if you have really hooded eyes like I do, this is also a really nice technique. So the three brushes I'm going to be using today is this really fluffy brush. You want something like this obviously to kind of diffuse the product all over. This flat brush, and this is actually going to fit real nice right into that crease, stamping the product in. And then we just needed a little bit of a definer brush. So I'm going to definitely be defining the inner crease with this, as well as going below the lash line. Yeah, so I'm using, actually, are they all Morphe? No, I'm using two Morphe brushes, these two. And this flat guy is a Morphe M209, and then this one is a M149, and then, ooh, and then this fluffy one I got from BH Cosmetics like 7 years ago, like 5, 6, 7, some crazy number like that. So I've had this one for a really long time, but I find it's really nice. See, it's big and fluffy, and this is really nice for blending anything out. So before we get started, my lips are a little dry, so I got this lip mask from my BoxyCharm. So I've already been kind of using this guy up. It's actually really nice. I just get a nice amount. In today's video, I'm going to be using this Norvina palette. Honestly, really doesn't matter. Use any eyeshadow palette you like. I just happen to kind of pick this one at random. I feel like a lot of people have this, or a lot of people have just Anastasia eyeshadow palettes in general. And also I really like the color scheme of this. We're gonna be sticking to kind of like more of these neutral tones, and then we'll do like a nice pop, because these really do pop. They're really nice. Usually I always like to do my eyes before my face makeup, you know. I don't really have to worry about fallout, or if it gets too messy out on the edge here, I usually just kind of clean up with eyeshadow. But I kind of wanted already my complexion on, because I just really want to dedicate this video to just an eyeshadow look, something quick. So it is almost 5 p.m. here, and we already know it gets like pitch black, like 6 o'clock. So I apologize if the lighting goes a little in and out. I can never seem to film these videos early enough. I currently have a super light layer of foundation on my eyelids. I did set it, but my eyes were like really irritated, and I kept with the tissue kind of dabbing my eyes. So a lot of it did come off, but it's okay. It's still a nice thin layer on there, so I'm not gonna go ahead and put another layer of concealer. So if you wanted to do that, of course you can, but I'm just gonna hop right on into the eyeshadows. So since we're only using three brushes, this is gonna kind of look a little backwards, because we're gonna go ahead and highlight our brow bone and the inner portion first, just because I'm going to most likely use this for dark shades. So let's get the light shades out the way. So I'm just gonna go in with Dreamer, which is the top corner right here. Really nice champagne shade, and just a little bit, you know. Let me zoom you in. Okay, that's better. Okay, so just a little bit right onto that inner corner. Take a little bit of that on the top here. I'm gonna take my fluffy brush and go into this color, which is Base. And this is just a very light shade, as you can see, like that. And I'm just going all over to just brighten up the base. I'm going to go in with the flat brush, and I'm going to dip into, which is the next lightest shade, let me see. So I'm gonna dip into this guy right here, just a nice light neutral brown. I'm gonna look straight, and especially me, because I have really hooded eyes, I have to like kind of look straight just to see where this is going. And I'm just, like when I say just into that crease, that is all I'm doing. I want to really kind of stamp this right in here. And I'm just going back and forth, and obviously it's okay if it's not super blended. I just want to get enough pigment in there, and once I do, I'm just gonna go back in with that fluffy brush. So I just did a second layer, and I'm just lightly buffing that out. So next I'm gonna take a darker shade. Okay, so obviously just like as we would from lightest to darkest, again, I'm going into that same pattern. Just stamping it right on into that crease. Okay, I'm not going any higher than that. Now I'm going to go in with the smallest brush, and I'm gonna take Passion. Again, we're just working from light to dark. And again, I'm just stamping it right into that crease. Right on top. That gradient of going lightest to darkest, we're really just layering on top of each other. But especially when we get to the darkest shade, you want to go in with your smallest brush. And we're just gonna keep building on that. And I'm not worried about the lid right now because we have something coming for the lid. So I don't care how that really looks. I'm just trying to get from my crease to my brow bone really nice and blended, and just a nice contrast going on. I did 2 layers of each shade. That's just because I'm trying to be dramatic here so you could really see, but you could really honestly just go in 1 layer with the darker ones, maybe with the base or your first shade. You'll probably want to go in a few times to really build that initial color, but then from there on, you could really just go 1 layer with each. So okay, so now for the bottom, we're gonna just do the same thing, and I'm just keeping with this guy because I have really small eyes and I sometimes cannot take a big fluffy brush because it gets too messy down here. So I'm just taking Passion and then this guy, and I am just layering them down here. Very light. The rose gold and the dazzling, the rose gold is on the middle, on the ring finger. Which one should I do? I'm just gonna do the dazzling because I feel like I've done the rose gold a lot of times. So I'm just gonna take my middle finger. These are so soft, so I try to be careful. I don't want to get fallout. And I'm just going straight on to the lid. I just feel like it looks so messy. It got so dark under here. And this is why I always do my complexion after, but I just felt like I wanted to like skip ahead to the eyes, so I just did the complexion first. So anyways, so and this is why I like doing the concealer after, because you could get super messy, wipe a lot of it away, and then we could really clean it up and sharpen it with concealer. So I'm just going to kind of just do a line like that. And we're gonna do a little bit right on in here. Not looking bad. I am gonna need a brush to kind of get closer there. Okay, this was something that was supposed to be really fast, and just like I knew it, it's a hit or miss sometimes. This whole thing with the lashes could be really fast, and sometimes it's not. Okay, that's about all I'm doing, and this is, again, everything here is unnecessary, first of all. But since I have still that space and I don't like it, I'm just gonna take a little bit of liquid liner. You can do this with eyeshadow and a brush, but I'm trying to keep to my 3 brush eyeshadow routine or tutorial. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of liquid liner and just connect. So then it just makes it look a little bit better. Okay. And now for our lips. This is the combination I've been loving for a long time, and that is Laura Mercier's hazelnut tea lip liner and this lipstick in Amaretto Swirl. It is a lip parfait. It's like a creamy lip balm, but super tinted. So let me show you how gorgeous this is. And it's also like matches with everything and anything. How beautiful. Coming. How gorgeous is that combination? And sometimes I like to take a little gloss and just run it right on over. And this is a Revlon gloss in Sandstorm. I'm coming! How can we forget the mascara on the bottom? You know, a lot of people don't like mascara on the bottom lashes. I do. I love it. For me, it completes the eye look. So that is all for today's video. I truly hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave me any comments, questions, concerns, anything you may have down below, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.